A very good morning to Guangxima. Today our group would like to present about the mini project of energy system. Before we start the presentation, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Heng Chin, number 317-20F1018, and my other group members we can see from this picture, and they will introduce by themselves later. Next, I would like to introduce the pen using for this whole building. Before I explain for it, I would like to have a little bit briefing for the normal painting. The normal painting that common used by more of the houses and buildings, which may contain many volatile organic compounds, which is VOC. It is a strong strength of paint and it may cause the brain cell killing power of glue. VOC also can cause many effects to our human body, such as skin irritation, allergic skin reaction, headaches or dizziness, and it also can make our nose and throat become uncomfortable, and it also can make us become difficult breathing, and so on. So the low VOC and zero VOC is suggested for the painting. The low VOC is fewer than 50 grams per liters of VOC, and the zero VOC is not exactly zero VOC. It is less than 5 grams per liter of VOC. Due to the reason that our topic and our design is kindergarten, so the type of the pens, the eco-friendly pen we choose is zero VOC. Zero VOC are more safety and more suitable for children because the skin of the children are more sensitive than adults, and this also can protect their respiratory system. So the zero VOC is also easy to buy and it is less expensive than normal painting, and it have many colors to choose. Is more beautiful than the normal painting lah. That's all for me. Let's move to the next presenter. Let's see to our layout plan. We can see the front view of the building from this picture, and there are two flats of our building design. And then on the top of the building, we can see the roof design of this building. And beside there, they have many green elements that we use from this building, and all things that we will explain it later. First of all, I would like to introduce our roof design of this building, which is green roof. Green roof can bring many benefits and advantages to us. First, it can extend the roof life. To compare with the normal and common roof that used by more of the buildings or houses, which is tile, when it exposed to the sun in a long time, it will become cracked. And we can see the green roof, it built in many layers, and the materials on the top that we use is the plants. And then it can moving on to the next advantages. Because of the top have many plants, it can absorb the sunlight and absorb the rainwater. As we all know, in Malaysia don't have 4 seasons, and it always be sunny, and then it can become a high temperature. So this type of roof can keep the temperature down. Also, green roof can improve the air quality. Because of the plants, it release oxygen and absorb carbon dioxide every day, and then it will make the air quality nearby there is very good. So the residents and the children or the teachers, they can like very feel the air quality is good than other places. And then it also can decrease a little bit exterior noise from this roof. It can absorb or reduce like 8 decibels, and it can become an exterior sound barrier from the rooftop. Yeah. And then the last benefit is to improve the efficiency of the solar panel. It can more help the solar panel to absorb more sunlight, and the solar panel will be explained by Rose later. Next, I would like to introduce the pen using for this whole building. Before I explain for it, I would like to have a little bit briefing for the normal painting. The normal painting that common used by more of the houses and buildings, which may contain many volatile organic compounds, which is VOC. It is a strong strength of paint and it may cause the brain cell killing power of glue. VOC also can cause many effects to our human body, such as skin irritation, allergic skin reaction, headaches or dizziness, and it also can make our nose and throat become uncomfortable, and it also can make us become difficult breathing, and so on. So the low VOC and zero VOC is suggested for the painting. The low VOC is fewer than 50 gram per liters of VOC, and the zero VOC is not exactly zero VOC, it is less than 5 gram per liter of VOC. Due to the reason that our topic and our design is kindergarten, so the type of the pens, the eco-friendly pen we choose is zero VOC. Zero VOC are more safety and more suitable for children because the skin of the children are more sensitive than adults, and this also can protect their respiratory system. So the zero VOC is also easy to buy and it is less expensive than normal painting, and it have many color to choose. Is more beautiful than the normal painting lah. That's all for me. Let's move to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Fatimah Zahra binti Mahmud. My matric number is 17DAS20F1027. Besides that, the technology used in this kindergarten is LED. So what is LED? LED is like emitting diode. LED is a semiconductor device that emits light when an electric current flows through it. When current passes through an LED, the electron recombine with hole emitting light in the process. LED allows the current to flow in the forward direction and block the current in the reverse direction. The advantage of this LED is LED consumes less power and they require low operational voltage. Next, no warm-up time is needed for LED. After that, the emitted light is monochromatic. And lastly, they add heavy long life and ruggedness. LED find application in various fields, including optical communication, alarm and security system, remote control operation, and robotics. It finds usage in many areas because its long-lasting capability, low power requirement, swift response time, and fast switching capabilities. And also, LED can use for TV backlighting, display, automotive, and used in dimming of light. Furthermore, the technology we use for this kindergarten is VAV. So, VAV is variable air volume. VAV system enable energy efficient HVAC system distribution by optimizing the amount and temperature of distributed air. The advantage of used VAV system in air conditioning is, firstly, cost and energy efficient. As previously mentioned just now, VAV system will help the business or a homeowner save more money because it utilizes less energy supply, thus lowering electric bill expenses. Secondly, it's easier to control temperature. Since each zone in the building would have its own thermostat, it will be easier for the people in the zones to control the temperature within the area. With VAV system, the varying heating and cooling need of different zones within a single building will be made with easy. After that, it can control humidity in building. The level of humidity in the specific zone in a building will have an influence on the level of comfort that people inside this area are experiencing. With the ability of VAV system to supply constant temperature, low humidification air will help control the level of humidity in the specific zone. Lastly, its flexible characteristic. VAV systems are able to provide conditioned air to multiply areas in the building, accommodate in additional areas which need heating or cooling, and most of all adapt to the demand of each zone, regardless of the area size. So, how VAV system work? For example, air conditioning controller like Daikin's new linear air hub. It is connected to damper that you use to control the air, but these have motor on them. This allows people to set the temperature in each room or zone individually via a wireless temperature sensor. Next, the sensor sends a temperature reading back to the central controller, and the controller adjusts the damper in the ceiling accordingly. It responds by providing more air or less air to keep the temperature within 2 degrees of the main control's set point. After that, this system automatically adjusts as the temperature changes throughout the season and the sun rises and sets daily. If this was installed in the cool house, the damper would automatically ensure that much more air goes in there when running on the heating circuit to keep the temperature where it needs to be. Conversely, it will win it right back in the summer because it doesn't need so much air. This is why they are referred to as variable air volume.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Next is solar panel. Sunlight from solar panel is captured as clean, renewable energy and transformed into electricity, which is then used to power electrical loads. The individual solar cells that make up solar panel are made of layer of silicon, phosphorus, which given the negative charge, and boron, which provide the positive charge. Photons are absorbed by solar panel, which then start an electric current. Electron can be drawn out of their atomic orbits and released into the electric fields produced by the solar cell, which then pull this free electron into directional current. This process is made possible by the energy produced when photons strike the surface of the solar panel. Then, photovoltaic effect is the name given to the entire process. And average house or that we build this, why do we build this, is because it possesses more than enough roof space to accommodate the required number of solar panel, which would then be able to generate enough solar electricity to meet the house entirety or energy needed. The main power grid receives any excess energy produced which benefit electricity used at night. It is highly practical to generate electricity for many use by using solar panel. Off-grid living would have to be a logical choice. Off-grid living entails residing somewhere that is not connected to the main electricity unit grid. Solar power systems are a great access for cabin and home in remote areas. Electricity utility pole and cable installation from the closest main grid access point no longer requires exorbitant cost. If properly maintained, a solar electricity system can potentially be less expensive and provide power for up to 3 decades. The ability to live off-grid is made possible by solar panel, but the biggest advantage for you to use this solar panel is what experience for using solar panel is that it is clean and renewable source of energy. With the onset of global climate change, it is more crucial than ever that we can take action to lessen the pressure that greenhouse gas emissions are putting on our atmospheres. There are no moving part in solar panel, so maintenance is minimal. They are totally contracted and with proper upkeep last for this. The last but certainly not least advantage of solar panels and solar energy is that after a system has decoupled its initial installation cost, the electricity is generated from the remainder of its lifespan, which could be anywhere between 50 and 20 years depending on the system quality, and it was totally free. Next is natural daylight. In simple terms, natural light is light that is naturally the common source of which is the sun. This is opposite to artificial light, which is typically produced by electrical appliances such as lamp. Natural light is received during daylight hours and covers the visible spectrum with its violet at one end and red at the others. Not only is natural light is beneficial for health, and it was also a good source of vitamin D. It is required by plants to carry out photosynthesis. Other sources of natural light including fire and on clear night, the moon. A photoball setting can be created by using natural light, which can also help to regulate the body clock, increase focus, and create a peaceful atmosphere. Compared to insufficient lighting, it can lower building energy usage and help keep moths or beetles from growing inside of structures because these spores prefer the dark. Usually, window or other structures that have glazing allow natural light to enter a building interior. Most sophisticated daylight systems gather natural light and distribute it right within the course of structures. They gather light using collectors on the roof, then move it to disposers inside the building. A right light is a type of measurement that refers to the ability to receive adapted light through an opening like the windows, allowing ordinary benefit using an occupation of other building or ordinary comfortable use and enjoyment of a resident. As we can see from our sketch or drawing, this is because why we are using natural daylight. As we can see, it was mainly benefit that we can the building can benefit to us. Next, I will let my friend to present the next GPI that our kindergarten have. Thank you.
Effective water management and rainwater harvesting method can reduce water shortage problem in various villages. It is one of the easiest ways to store rainwater for irrigation. Rainwater is good for plants because it is not subject to chemicals and is therefore suitable for irrigation as well as for watering plants in the garden. So, what does rainwater harvesting mean? Rainwater harvesting is a technique of developing surface water resources that can be used in dry areas to provide water for livestock for domestic use and for agroforestry and agriculture. Connecting the irrigation system to the rainwater supply makes it the most sustainable and therefore the most environmentally friendly way of watering plants. In addition, the water that has been stored from our building will be reused into the sewage system, such as flushing toilets. This building was specially designed for GBI, so that students can learn about the environment from an early age. Among the advantages of rainwater harvesting is 1. It will improve farmland and the environment because it will always be water. Number 2 is it increase the fertility of the soil and reduce the need chemical fertilizer. This can reduce chemicals on the soil. Number 3, it increase well water. It adds underground water that can store water for years. Number 4, all water that falls will be used, like rainwater will be reused. Number 5 is increase crop production effectively. Next, reuse material. So, reusing and repurposing tires in outdoor play space is not only great for educators and parents, it also limited budget but also helps play a small part in protecting our environment. Tires take a long time to break down in a landfill, so why not try and reuse them and create something useful instead if we can. Most importantly, incorporating tires as a resource into the outdoor play space invites opportunities for children to engage in open-ended play and explore with their imagination, problem-solving skills, language, and large and small muscles. In addition, it is easy to build. Building a playground with car tires does not require any special skills. All we need just the tire and electric drill, a knife, some bolts, and a shovel. And we can build unlimited possibilities for a playground. We can hang one of them on a tree using a rope and children can sit on it and swing. Not just that, we must check the quality of the tire and make sure it is solid and make sure there are no sharp objects on the tire. Next, security. Most children playground everywhere are constructed of steel and sometimes wood, which can pose a safety hazard. During the summer, still in direct sunlight can become very hot and even harm children. They can also be injured if they slip and fall. Tires, on the other hand, do not get as hot as steel in the sunlight, especially if paint. Also, they are also safer if you fall and hit in your head. Not only that, in many places, tires are a waste problem that is often burnt to be disposed of. This is a harsh environmental problem because they emit toxic fumes. Using reusable materials for a good purpose will make children happy. Among the example of place where we will put the tire is number 1 is playground, such as we can put in swing, seesaw, the playground, pitch and climbing. Number 2 is sitting, and number 3 is flower pot. So just that from me, and thank you.
I think that's all for our presentation. That's why we recommend 6 GBI that was useful for this kindergarten. And thank you for watching our presentation.